everybody, you're watching the Monday episode of CCS. My name's Cody, and you're watching that Christian news show thing that I do. And since I don't have any personal updates, our first story is going to be about some not-so-Christian type news. So I was running through the news stories, trying to find something that would catch my eye, and of course, one of the front page things did, and that was gas exports. It turns out that the USA's biggest export is gasoline. And they're saying that the reason for this is that there is not a high demand for gas in the United States as much as there was. And in the article, of course, they're talking about like hybrids and alternative gas resources and how we use corn in everything. But the one thing they didn't touch on is that gasoline's like $3.50 a gallon depending on where you are. Some places it's more and some places it's less. And I just thought, you know, it's probably not as much of a high demand because buying a full tank of gas every week is like buying a used car every year. I didn't do the math and I'm not going to because I'm lazy, but I bet it's about like $1,000 a year if you're paying $50 to fill your tank every week. So what I was thinking was, why are we exporting it when we could just be selling it for $1.90 or whatever we used to when I was a kid? Everyone's like, it was a nickel back in my day, but that'll never happen. $1.90, don't export it, just give it to us, and I promise we'll use it. It's just not even like a growing export. It's the biggest export in the United States right now. United States, you make me so angry that I'm going to move on to the next story. And our second story is a story that I should have reported on last week, and I actually did. I even talked in front of the camera and everything, and it decided not to record because I didn't press the button. So I had like half the story and not the other half. I'm like, I'm not going to go back and record all of that because I was in a whole different location editing, so I couldn't have gone back to my house to do it. Anyways, this is a news update to the bonus story I left on my last video. It was towards the end and it's in the little link in the description on that last video. But anyways, that last news story was about Billy Graham, who some of you may know is an evangelical Christian. He's a big Christian, but not only is he a big Christian in the Christian society, but he's a big Christian in the United States. I mean, lots of people know about him, especially like in the 70s and 80s and stuff, because that's when he was really big and he was really young. This guy has given counsel to so many presidents, starting with Harry S. Truman on up. Has just been there for the United States in all these different ways. Anyways, a few weeks ago, 93-year-old Billy Graham was hospitalized for pneumonia and is still recovering from that. He had to go back to the hospital and check it out last week and he's still in there. They haven't given him a discharge date, but they said he's doing really, really good. His family hung out with him for a little while. His physical therapy is doing really well. He's able to walk up and down the hallway and things like that. So, it's looking good. He's going to be home for Christmas, which is an awesome thing for his family and for him. I mean, the guy's 93 years old. He needs as many Christmases as he can get. But I just wanted to, like, report on that because I was really angry at myself for not reporting on it last week because it was a really kind of a big deal. Billy Graham is such, like, a symbol of American Christianism, if that's a word. So if any of you are actually angry because Obama didn't talk about God in the Thanksgiving address, this third story is going to be for you. Because during the lighting of the national Christmas tree, Obama didn't only mention God or Christmas, he actually talked about the nativity scene during his address. So that was really cool because it was being such a big deal that he didn't mention God. I also kind of think that he went over the top in this way, and I don't think it's really over top, I'm just saying over top for him because it was such a big deal in Thanksgiving. I don't know about you guys, but I just don't think that it's as legitimate because we were all like, oh, we don't like you because you didn't say God on Thanksgiving. It's almost like he's making it up. And that was kind of eh. But for the people who didn't hear about it or don't even care, which is probably quite a few people, this is good because it's getting that word out there and like he's actually talking about the nativity scene, not just Christmas, but what Christmas is really, really all about. And that's about it about that story. Like the public loves it, we love it, I love it. Because I love things. About God, not anything else, because that wouldn't be Christian. And our final story is about a church in Eastern Kentucky that just voided a church law thing that they made that didn't allow interracial couples to take place in church. They weren't like marrying interracial couples, they weren't adding them in ceremonies. Like they couldn't even become members, which is just kind of, to me. Bad going there, Free Will Baptist Church. Like in your name it says free will, so give people free will. They couldn't do anything except attend church. And all these people are like, oh, we don't like you. They finally decided that the vote they had that was like 10 people in the church wasn't enough. And then they were like, well, they're not even going to bring it up with the whole church because they knew the whole church wouldn't like the idea. Even the white secretary's white daughter married a black man. And so it was like that into the church. Like it wasn't just like random members outside of the church. It was people that usually did stuff in the church couldn't do things. It's not a very big church, so it's not as huge of a deal as it could be. But it's still something that caught my eye and I was like, no, you can't do that. So I'm really glad they like voided it and were like, this is dumb. and like came to their senses and was like, nah, we probably shouldn't do this. It's kind of stupid. So stupid. And because I feel like it, I'm going to try to stir the pot a little bit in the comment section below with the question of the day being, what is your pet peeve about your church? Or if you don't go to church because you have way too many pet peeves of the church, what do you dislike about it the most? As always, I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say, so leave a comment in the comment section below with your answer, and I will read them like I always do. You guys have no idea how excited I get when I get a little comment like in my email, and it was like, you have a comment, and I'm like, no way! So yeah, just so you guys know, I love them. They're fun to read. And there's not very many to read right now, so you guys should go and comment that up. You should run as much as possible. And from that, we'll go on to our verse of the day, which is Galatians 3:28. There is neither Jew nor Gentile, nor slave nor free. There is neither male or female, for you all are one in Christ. So there's that. I have no other news to talk about. So in closing, haters keep hating, Christians keep praying, and to everybody, like and subscribe. I will see you Thursday, and God bless.